No Western Pizza guest hotline right now. He's in studio. Joining us, official that will be going to Italy for the Olympics, Tarrington Wyonzek from Yorkton, Saskatchewan. Nazdrovia, dai Boja. Good Ukrainian boy here. First off, Tarrington, you've been to a lot of international hockey events. You were at the Worlds this year. When you get the call to go to the Olympics, what goes on in emotions?
Honestly, my wife and I were crying after it, just because you work your whole life to get an opportunity for that, and nothing's guaranteed in sports, as everyone knows. So when I got the call, I went to the basement and did my Zoom call, and I come upstairs, and my wife was waiting for me at the edge of the steps, and we both just kind of broke down in tears of joy, and it was a feeling I'll probably never have again in my life. So
we've got to know each other a little bit, and people won't understand this, but you worked, what off to get this. You were on a regimented diet for a while. Like, you put everything you had into making this. Because was this you figure this was kind of your last crack at it?
Yeah, this is probably, if I didn't make this Olympics, I don't know if I would have had an opportunity at 2030. So there was definitely some pressure to get selected for this one.
When you look back, like, what was your gut telling you? Did you think you had a pretty good chance? Was it 50-50?
Honestly, you don't know. You think when you go to those international tournaments, you're in a good spot, especially if you skate the final day and work a medal game, you feel like you're in a pretty good spot. But I mean, in the world of hockey, nothing's given. Everyone knows that. So I was feeling pretty confident, and then a few days where I wasn't so confident. But definitely a big wave of emotions over the last few weeks for sure.
Lines person, is that what we're calling it now? But then you kind of were showing me the text message, or we were talking over the phone, of the gentlemen that are going to ref the men's side. Like, you're going to be with the big boys, with the big shooters.
Yeah, a lot of guys from the NHL that are going. They're have a lot of them have multiple Stanley Cup championships that they've worked. I'm not going to mention any names right now. I don't know if the NHL's released their guys or not yet, so I won't mention any names. But I can tell you, there's a lot of years worked on the NHL side of things.
We got a text message here saying you're Polish, not Ukrainian.
Everyone says I'm a puke. I'm half Polish, half Ukrainian.
Derek and Kenora, shout out to you. Let's talk about the other Sasky weapons that are going as well. As I look here, we got Cudworth, Sienna Murray, Moose Jaws, Michelle McKenna, and Alex Clark of Drake, all going to Italy. That's a pretty good representation from Saskatchewan. Yeah,
there's 10 Canadians selected, so to have 4 from Saskatchewan is a pretty big number, considering the size of our province compared to some others in Canada. It's a pretty cool experience for all of us to be selected and to go.
How many years have you been reffing or lines?
This will be my 23rd year.
What got you into it?
When I was a kid, when I was like 11 years old, I had a paper out and didn't really love the paper out, so I needed to make some money some way, and I started refereeing hockey, and slowly over time got into it more and more, and had some opportunities as a young teenager to kind of work some decent games and some big events, and you kind of just fall in love with it and keep going.
Has there been a mentor, somebody that's kind of really helped you along the way, or somebody that you can lean on, ask questions to?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of guys. Like, when I was young, growing up in Yorkton, like Jeff Barre, Gary Garlick, there are a couple staple officials from back there that when I was young, they took me under their wing. And then once I got into the Western League, guys like Kevin Minch, Brad Howard, just guys that watch a lot of games and give you a lot of advice. Sean Dufour is a guy from Regina who skates a ton of Pats games and a ton of Western League games around here. I worked a lot with him my first year when I got hired by the Western League. So just guys like that kind of take you under their wing. And for sure. It's definitely Kevin Minch had a big role in that, just getting me opportunities in the Western League and getting me opportunities at the national level of officiating too.
So, like, what is the next 5 or 6 months or whatever before you go over? What, do you go train anywhere? You're just doing your regular thing? Are they a lot of Zoom calls, stuff like that? How does that process work?
Yeah, we'll have Zoom calls, every once in a while, just with all of us as a group to go over, logistics, go over some rules stuff. There's a little bit rule differences from the NHL NHL to the international rule book. So going over some of that, a lot of video packages will be sent out where you just go over video and whatnot. And then besides that, I'll just be skating a lot of hockey here until I go and in the gym training. So
it is so cool. The wife's obviously going.
Yeah. My wife's played a huge role in me being successful in this because she's sacrificed a lot for me to be able to travel on the road a lot and, be gone to Europe for 3 weeks at a time for tournaments. She's watching the little one on her own. So she's played a huge part in me getting this for sure.
Buddy, congratulations. It was so cool. Like I said, I know how hard you worked at this and you wanted it. And all the Sasky, people go in there. It's very cool. Thanks for coming in and doing this.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me.
Right on. Tarrington Wyonzek, he's heading to the Olympics here. Going to be a lines person. It's unbelievable story. It's a Sports Cage. You go to break. We're streaming at sportscage.com.